All right, now let's look at standard number 45. Standard number 45 under assessment and feedback says that course includes frequent, appropriate, and authentic methods to assess learners' mastery of the content. So in my math course, this is an example of one of my unit modules. As students are working through the material, I want to make sure that they're understanding. And so for this particular online math class, students are required to print off the guided notes packet that I've created. They're expected to watch the video lessons that I've provided, and to make sure that they're understanding each section, there is also a homework that is attached for each section. Now, the homework platform we use in this class is the My Lab and Mastering, or My Math Lab if you've heard of it. It's an online software program that contains problems out of the textbook, and within each problem there's lots of different resources, but it gives students immediate feedback on how well, or maybe how not well, they're understanding the material. There's extra examples, there's help opportunities, there's extra videos, and so students are able to get automatic feedback right away as they're practicing each section of the material. I also follow up then looking at the homework scores, and I message students that might be scoring poorly and ask them which topics they're confused on and what I can help with. And I also encourage students that are doing well on the homework to keep working hard. So that's their first kind of check to make sure that they're understanding the material. As you look through my module here, I have additional practice that students are welcome to work on to even further make sure they're understanding. So I have practice worksheets along with answer keys that students can use to self-assess as they're going through. At the end of our unit, we also do have a unit review that's in my math lab. Again, that gives them immediate feedback on the things that they are and are not understanding, along with some question and example help. There's also additional reviews within the module that I highly encourage them to do before our summative exam day. So as students are watching these videos and they're completing the notes with us, I want to make sure that they're also participating in that way. So I do require my students to submit their completed notes in Canvas. They're expected to watch the videos, thoroughly take notes, actively participate, and at the end, they're expected to scan or take a picture of each page, compile it into one document, and submit it in this assignment. They do get points for making sure that they're participating in those notes and lessons. One of the other last ways that I'm assessing student participation in knowledge is a summative assessment at the end of the unit. We have a Unit 2 exam, or a Chapter 2 exam at the end of Chapter 2 that covers all the material in Chapter 2. They are taking that on my Math Lab, the online software, and if some of you have ever played with any sort of program, sometimes they give them either no credit, either it's all or nothing. And so what I expect my students to do is, as they're taking their tests, show all of their work on a separate sheet of paper and scan and submit that work. That way I can not only look at their test score, their raw test score, but I can also look at their test work. And I wish I could pull up an example, but I didn't want to have any FERPA violations here. So I didn't have a student example blurred out enough to share with you. But under this assignment, you'll see the student's work. And what I'll do then is I'll go through that student work and I'll make sure that they're showing all of their work to get full credit. I'll go through and give them partial credit. If they're understanding most of the material, I can give them points back. And I give them feedback on the things that they're doing on their summative assessment. So they're able to look at that and make any corrections they need to before moving on. So in Standard 45, I've made sure that I frequently assess students' knowledge as we go through each section, again at the end of the unit.